Welcome to This Week in Our Collective Heads. I'm Patrick.
I'm Kevin.
And we wanted to give you first impressions of a great game that hopefully will not be eclipsed by Zelda. It's Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yes.
And it definitely is a Game of the Year contender, along with Zelda.
Yeah.
But this came out on Tuesday, and I absolutely love it. The way that they're telling stories in a post-apocalyptic world is unique in a world where, in our world, not their world, our world where people do post-apocalyptic all the time. It's become completely we're completely jaded to it. And in their post-apocalyptic world where we've become tribal and the machines have taken over, it's really cool to see that and see these quasi-organic machines. It's just a really whimsical, beautiful world. I'm absolutely loving.
Yeah. So this is the first game that we've seen from Guerrilla that's not Killzone.
Yeah.
And Killzone is a very different game than this. And so before it came out, I wasn't sure how they were going to be able to handle it, because this is so far outside of the first person shooter genre. And honestly, I feel like that they've gotten the important bits right. Mm-hmm. They've made me care about the character.
Yes.
They've made me care about the world, and they've made it fun to play.
Yeah, very similar to Far Cry. The hunting and harvesting is really great in the game, and it's.
I did get killed the other day because I had angered something and I was like running away from them, and then I was like, ooh, berries. And it was like there's just a lot of funny things that happen in this game naturally. Yeah. And that's one of the things that when it comes to an open world, you want to have an open world that creates stories for you. Where your story, on top of the fantastic actual narrative that they're telling you, you have your own experiences that just kind of pop up naturally.
Yeah, I agree. This is first impressions. I would like to go into quasi spoilers here. Spoilers for like the first 30-40 minutes. I mean, I don't think that's
tutorial bit.
The tutorial bit, because I feel like the 40 minutes to an hour, I guess. The tutorial and understanding who she is and what's going on, I think is really important. I don't think it spoils this game at all. So you play Aloy, which I love the name, the Alloy reference, but she's an abandoned motherless child, which is frowned upon.
And in particular, in a matriarchal society.
Yes. So she is given to, what's his name? Starts with an R?
Rost.
Rost. So Rost raises her, and when she is a, 8-year-old, something like that, which the animation, I don't know, doesn't look very nice on that. Yeah. Don't worry, it gets better. Her face, it looked like a... Yeah. Anyways, so she falls into a pit, if you will, and finds, there's this, it's essentially the ancient world, which is our world.
Right. They refer to it as the metal world.
Yeah, the metal world. And she's seeing all these computers there, and she finds a little Bluetooth headset-like thing, which gives her heads-up display.
It gives her the video game part.
Yes. And I thought that was really cool to have that, what we would consider augmented reality, which we're already kind of like tweaking with Google Glass and everything, but to give her augmented reality and then hear her experience where I'm trying to understand what these things are, because to her it's like it's very tribal, like I mentioned. So imagine giving an augmented reality to someone 500 years ago, 1,000 years ago.
Yeah.
They don't understand any of this technology at all, or writing or anything.
But an 8-year-old picks it up and is like, this is useful.
This is useful. Oh, this color means, when I did this, it did this thing. Yeah. To show her be able to use, that's not really hacking, but to be able to like open up a door by rotating something, and when it lights up a certain way, this other light interacted, and she's referring to it as lights, and what and her understanding, and then it shows her playing with it, and Rust calls it her the plaything. And then he realizes, no, it's more than that. But watching her like trying to understand what these things are, kind of going through like almost Minority Report, where she's going through all this different information,
whatever, yeah.
And then he gives her the bow, and it highlights the bow and says bow, and she says bow, and he's like, "Will you just stop playing around?" And she's realizing, oh, that text.
Mm-hmm. And another thing about that is that allows them to have in the world translations of runes that you see, which again, it takes things that we would have in video games and explains them within the world. Yeah. And so the narrative is really fantastic. This world is scary.
Yes.
And like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get my butt kicked a couple of times. I've already, like I said, got kicked in the back of the head by a not horse while I was trying to pick up a berry. But like, I really enjoy it. The gameplay feels really good. Yeah. The character feels really good. Ashley Birch is really good as Aloy. There's a bit of narrative dissonance when it comes to the way that they talk. Versus, you're in a weird society and thing, but they basically talk like 2016, 17 people that were just thrown into the future and
all the NPCs you mean, or you mean
just the NPCs in general. Okay. Like the conversation, it I don't know. There are some issues with the dialogue in particular that kind of takes me out of the experience. Okay. But the gameplay and the characters are really fantastic. I want to punch Rost sometimes because he's not giving me information that I want, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to find out that information.
Yeah, I love Rost. I will say I didn't go into the game completely blind, but I didn't do a bunch of research on it because to the point where I didn't know until 2 or 3 weeks ago that this is our Earth. Like, yeah. I was just like, it's this kind of fantasy mechanical dinosaur thing.
Yeah.
And then, so I purposely went into it relatively in the dark.
Yeah.
I didn't know until we were playing it that was Ashley Birch.
Yeah.
So
this is what we're playing, Ash.
I was really excited about that. I was excited about it because she usually plays like the quirky, weird characters and everything, and she does a phenomenal job in this in her voice acting. So I'm really glad that she was able to do this within her connections or however she ended up snagging it. But this there's a lot of people who have been talking online and people I've talked to in person who are saying this game came out and Zelda came out and I'm torn. And for Owen to say that, Owen said that,
and Owen is that is our Zelda friend.
Yeah, and I mean I'm a Zelda fan, but Owen beats me on that. For him to say, I'm torn with all these games, that says something about this game. This game is that good. If you have a PS4, I highly recommend this game. And
definitely.
I can't say enough good things about this game. And that's not even getting into the fact that you have the female protagonist bit, which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
And she's cool. She's smart, and in a way where they're not trying to be like, oh, look, she's the best at everything. Yeah. Because she's not.
Yeah.
But it's really cool.
One other thing about this game that I can tell you as a parent, I looked at this game and I don't want my girls to see human versus human violence. So like Neo, I'm not playing when they're up. My girls are 7. This game so far, and I will let you know if this changes. We'll put it in the comments or in the info below.
Yeah.
But I'm playing this game with my girls, and we had played for about 20 minutes or so, and we actually paused the game and had a 15-minute discussion about what outcast means, what it means to be shunned, why this culture is different from theirs, and the game is rated T. Game is rated T for alcohol reference, blood, mild language, mild sexual themes, tobacco reference, and violence. So at this point in the game, this is a good discussion game for, I would say, kids 10 or under 10. This is something that unless you don't want them to go up against robot dinosaurs, I'm okay with encouraging robot dinosaur violence.
I'm fine with that. I think that I think there's a chance the way that they're doing this game, the way that they've been doing it, It does say violence, didn't say fantasy violence, which usually it says fantasy violence.
Right.
It did say blood. I don't know if that's your blood, whose blood, but...
I mean, I got hit in the head with a rock. I bled.
That was blood. So it could be rated T because of the combination of things. Mm-hmm. It could be because of the complex concepts and how they're dealing with them as well.
One thing that's not on there is language. And there's been no swearing so far. Props.
That's great. I think that, like you mentioned, you're explaining the context and what's actually what's happening, and using it as a teaching moment. I think, I mean, as far as I've played, that would be excellent. There's not there haven't been scenes where you're like, and we're turning off the TV.
Yeah,
you haven't had that. I haven't had that yet. So. Yeah, I recommend it for everybody. Check it out. It's a beautiful story. It's great gameplay, and I think you'll love it. Yeah. Take care, guys.